a few words on how I make my modules and front plates. I didn't want the screws from the LCD or speakers or whatever to be in the front. So after some research I came up with this idea. It's all milled in 2mm aluminium. I have my own CNC to do that. I have the front panel and also have a sub panel and some brackets. The common part in most of the design are rotary encoders and or potentiometers. So that's a reference point. And what I do is I mount the LCD on the subframe, like here. So the screws are on the sub panel, right? And that sandwiches with the actual panel, like this. Oops, let's align this. So the rotary encoders or potentiometers are sandwiching this together. So no screws here, and the nuts from the encoders are covered with the knobs eventually. So that's the concept. I do need a little bit of space in between. So I have some washers, M7 washers in different sizes that I can put in between, because there are some screw heads. It's difficult to countersink these in the aluminum. So I solved that by adding some washers here. So that's a three-part design. So this is one way of a speaker, same principle, different design. Everything is on here and no screws in the front. That's the concept. So as you can see here in a module that I'm working on, some space in between, and then everything that doesn't require screws can be mounted on the front panel directly. Otherwise it will be on this panel. So that's for the construction of the model. So why the long brackets? So the PCB can be at some distance, and I have some space for the cables to maneuver in there. So that's that. Now the front panel itself, how do I make a nice front panel from a metal plate? I designed the layout in Inkscape, and then I use this, which is called Heavy Duty Silver Labels. They're very good, very strong adhesive. I print these on a laser printer, and when I'm done printing, I'm using a laminating machine, and this is a matte non-reflective laminate. This particular one is not the best quality. The glue is not very even. You can see it up close, but from a distance looks fine. Non-reflective, and I laminate it in a normal laminator. And then it looks like this. Now what I always do, I put on the back, I put a piece of scrap paper so that the backing paper doesn't have laminate. So once it's cut, the backing paper is free of laminate. This is then cut up. I do have the holes marked for the encoder. So these are cut out, and that will be my reference point to place the foil onto the front plate. So that's basically how it's done. So I trim the edges, so the design is made a little bit larger than the plate itself, to allow for some edges around it, that I can trim the edges, perforate all the holes that needs to be in there, and then I end up with a nice front plate. Yep, that's it.